When DJI launches a new drone, you usually expect a flashy event or cinematic trailer. This time, the company did something very different. It introduced its first ever eVTOL drone by putting it to work on Mount Everest, one of the toughest places any aircraft can fly. And unlike DJI's camera drones, this one wasn't built to capture beautiful footage. It was built to carry cargo, support research, and handle missions where reliability matters most. For nearly 20 years, DJI has been the biggest name in consumer drones. Products like the Phantom and Mavic changed aerial photography and made drones accessible to millions of people. But the new EV50 marks a completely different direction. Instead of focusing on creators and photographers, DJI designed this aircraft for industrial and scientific work. The EV50 is an electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, meaning it lifts off like a drone but flies efficiently like a fixed-wing aircraft. That design allows it to operate without a runway, while covering much longer distances than a traditional quadcopter. According to DJI, the EV50 can carry up to 50 kilograms of cargo, has a 270-liter storage compartment, and can travel as far as 150 kilometers without a payload. Those specifications make it suitable for emergency response, remote logistics, disaster relief, and scientific expeditions. Rather than introducing the EV50 with a demonstration flight, DJI immediately sent it into one of the harshest environments on Earth. The aircraft joined a Chinese scientific expedition on Mount Everest, helping researchers collect atmospheric data at extremely high altitudes. This type of research isn't easy. Helicopters produce exhaust that can interfere with sensitive measuring equipment, while fixed-wing aircraft require runways that simply don't exist near Everest Base Camp. Because the EV50 is fully electric, it avoids those problems. During a 12-day expedition, the aircraft completed 32 takeoffs and landings, including 12 research missions carrying ozone measuring instruments. Its highest flight reached 8,861 meters, placing it just below the summit of Everest. DJI says this was the first time researchers from Peking University used drones to conduct detailed atmospheric observations in the ultra-high-altitude troposphere, providing scientists with cleaner and more accurate environmental data. The EV50 wasn't the only DJI aircraft making an impact. On Everest's south side in Nepal, the FlyCart 100 cargo drone transported more than 10 metric tons of climbing equipment between Base Camp and Camp 1 during the 2026 climbing season. It carried oxygen cylinders, ropes, ladders, and other supplies, while also removing nearly 2.9 metric tons of waste from the mountain. One of the biggest advantages is speed. A trip that normally takes Sherpas 6 to 8 hours across the dangerous Khumbu icefall can now be completed in about 8 minutes. By drone. DJI also deployed the Matrice 4E mapping drone, which created a detailed 3D map covering more than 3 square kilometers of the Khumbu Glacier in just 3.5 hours. That digital map helps climbing teams identify hazards, plan safer routes, and improve rescue operations. The EV50 represents much more than another new drone. DJI has spent years testing aircraft around Mount Everest, gradually pushing its technology into more demanding environments. This latest project shows the company is now looking beyond consumer drones and investing in aircraft designed for real-world jobs. While the EV50 is currently available only for pre-order in mainland China,
its first mission gives us a clear picture of DJI's long-term direction.
As camera drones continue to mature, the next stage of the industry may focus less on photography and more on solving practical problems. From transporting supplies and supporting emergency teams to advancing scientific research, drones are becoming useful tools, instead of just flying cameras. And if launching a brand new aircraft on Mount Everest tells us anything, it's that DJI isn't just entering the eVTOL market, it wants to help define what that market looks like in the years ahead. So that is all we know. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.